Right, tens of thousands of truckers in Canada are protesting a recent mandate that requires drivers entering the country to be fully vaccinated or face testing and quarantine requirements. As demonstrations at the country's capital approach their seventh day, truckers in the U.S. are following suit with plans for a convoy to D.C. to protest the COVID shot mandates. I have to dust off my CB and break out my old CB handle. Well, joining me now to talk about this effort is one of the co-organizers, Brase. Brian, welcome to Washington Watch.
Hey, thanks for having me. That's funny you said your CB handle. What was your CB handle? You got a CB handle? What is it?
Captain Crunch.
No kidding, Captain Crunch.
That's
Mine
it.
is Two Scoop. They call me Two Scoop out on the road.
Well, hey, look, I love the truckers. I eat at truck stops. I love to hang out there. Those guys represent what America is about: hardworking, independence, and I'm grateful for what the truckers are doing to stand up and say enough is enough. Tell us what they plan to do to D.C. and how folks can find out more about it.
Well, first off, let me be clear to say that while it's truckers that are standing up, this isn't a trucking issue necessarily. This is just to stop the mandates. We're trying to look out for our community. We're trying to look out for our healthcare workers, our teachers, our law enforcement, our military, anybody that is suffering from these vaccination mandates, these vaccine mandates. We're not anti-vax. We're just, we believe that you should have the choice.
That's where I am.
Yeah, it's really kind of sad that we're losing such fantastic people across the country. They're losing their jobs that have years of experience. These are some of the most talented people in their fields. Military spends millions of dollars in training on these soldiers, and they're being, forced to leave because they won't get the vaccine, because they don't want to put something in their arm. It violates not only your constitutional rights as an American, but it's violating your rights as a human being, what some would call your God-given rights, maybe. On the human scale, just as a human being, you're being violated across the world. All these countries and their governments are violating your basic human rights. Right. And so the truckers of America basically taking the lead from Canada. We love our Canadian brothers up north. Thank you for all that you do. And we're taking the lead from them. And you're saying, you know what? We agree. Here we come.
Well, now, Brian, look, I know you're doing this for against the mandate in general, but it is affecting the trucking industry. You're already short of drivers. Many are saying, hey, I'm not going to do this. So it's a problem for all Americans. We already have supply chain issues. This is another example. We're just talking about nurses. We have a shortage of nurses in this country, but yet we're forcing them. My daughter's a nurse, forcing them to get these vaccines. This absolutely does not make sense.
No, it's really quite sad that we're losing all these people. And as far as the supply chain goes, a lot of that could be avoided. They chose to make some decisions that allowed people to basically stay home and in many cases make more money staying home than what they did going to work. Now, I don't blame them. You're making more money to stay home. Why wouldn't you stay home, right? You want the work ethic. You want people to have this work ethic. But, if you're making more money at home, I think everybody would stay home. But the fact is that the shortages are coming from there's nobody to manufacture products. There's nobody to load the trucks. There's nobody to unload the trucks.
Right.
We're spending hours sitting in the docks because they don't have the employees. A lot of times they don't have the employees because places are requiring all of their employees to be vaccinated. Like the company owner, the mothership of wherever they work is saying, you can't work here. You can't have this shift unless you're vaccinated. Now, that's on a company level, and technically they have the right to do so. Go find another job. But those are the things that are coming into play to this supply shortage. Right. That's why there's only 2 loaves of bread on the shelf at Walmart.
Right. So tell us about the convoy to D.C.
Yeah, the convoy to D.C. is starting March 1st. That actually kind of got locked in today. So congratulations to get that information almost first. But it is 100% starting on March 1st. There's a lot of planning going on right now behind the scenes. We got a lot of great groups coming together. We're taking off from California and we're making our way across the country to DC. There's a lot of routes. The routes will be disclosed at a later time, kind of holding that a little close to the chest for obvious reasons, But we do, it's coming. It's happening. March 1st, we're heading east out of California.
Do you know when you'll be arriving in DC so I can be out there to welcome you?
I'll tell you what, follow along very closely and you'll know when we're getting close.
All right, I'll be checking out. But very quickly, we're almost out of time. You had this up on Facebook, and your Facebook page was removed. Quickly, tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook censored us. I don't know if you caught Fox and Friends. Was it yesterday morning? I believe. Yeah, yesterday morning, Fox and Friends, they talked to Facebook, and Facebook came back with this absolutely absurd excuse saying that we violated community standards regarding the QAnon policy, something along those lines. I might be off on their quote, but that's a complete and total lie. I mean, they've lied to the American people. They lied to Fox. They've lied to us. I've said, contact me and show me the proof of this. There is absolutely nothing. And 2 people lost their profiles completely. Every picture, every memory, everything off of their profile because of it. The issue isn't that Facebook deleted it, because they have the right to do so. The issue is the excuse that they used to justify it was a flat out lie.
Right. Well, not surprised. Brian, all right, if you hear Captain Crunch out there, you know it's me.
I'll holler back at you. They call me Two Scoop. Everybody can find me out on the app Getter. That's where I'm most active at, that app called Getter.
Right.
And it's just my name, Brian, Brian, with a lower underscore, last name Brase, Brase. Follow me there. They don't censor anybody. And you can follow along for the most up-to-date information. Will probably be coming through these third-party apps like Telegram and Getter and things like that.
All right, Brian, we'll see you here in D.C. Good to talk with you.
Thank you. Can't wait to meet you. Will I get to meet you in person?
Yeah, I'll be there. All right, with you.
All right. I can't wait to shake your hand.
All right, take care.